Now, the problem is, in a personal brand, a lot of that stuff was installed when you were young, like your mannerisms, your posture. If you watch a 4-year-old walk, they're gonna walk just like their dad. And if their dad walks with bad posture and drags his fucking feet, you're gonna drag your feet and you're never gonna correct that. So a healthy thing that I like to do is audit who you are. What you look like, what your weight looks like. Do you look people in the eye when you speak to them? How do you introduce? Do you remember people's names? Are you considerate? All of these things are part of your brand book. So I encourage you, write them down, and the things you need to correct that aren't serving you, correct them. It's called the game of life, and people stop playing when they're 18 years old. All right, spent the morning designing.
This is the eye, right before breath. The space between heartbeats, the blood in my chest. This is the eye, right before breath. The space between heartbeats, the blood in my chest.
That song is called All I Needed, and I was like, oh yeah, this was a good song from what I remember. I'll put it behind the montage of me designing. Wow. Man, I have so much good music in the tank, like just sitting on a hard drive. Wow. And didn't even remember about that drum part. I remember making it now, though. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program. I can't even talk. I don't need to talk. It's kind of been a fast-paced morning with trying to wrap up a bunch of design works. We're actually releasing the goat joggers, the goat shorts, the moto today, and we're doing flasks over 150. So it's kind of a busy day. That being said, I'm gonna go. I found out something about my airplane flaps. Oh, by the way, you guys that always complain about dead batteries, check this out. Not that you guys complain about dead batteries, I complain about dead batteries, but here's a solution. Wait. There we go. There's a solution. I misspoke. I complain about dead batteries. And we actually have two in this Hummer, so jumping it's always kind of annoying. But we installed a kill switch there, so I'm taking the Hummer real quick to go. As long as she starts, let's see here. Hey! Keep an eye on that. Going to check on the airplane. So in the passenger side cargo door, there's a little button that has to push in on the airplane. And I don't think it was compressed. My flaps are working again, so I can't fly today, but I'm gonna fly tomorrow morning and make sure that it works. But for now, this Hummer's great. I'm gonna clean this up. Actually got the bed in the back of this Hummer. Been avoiding it because it's sort of a shit show right now, but it's definitely something that I need to clean up. But we got good news in the airplane. All right, we're gonna jump around here. Today sort of vanished from today. Today vanished from today. And how did that happen? Well, today started out really good. I started out, even went to the airplane hangar, figured out what my flaps issue was. I had a bunch of things planned, and then balance, and then they sort of fell apart. I got a call. I'm making a pretty decent sized business deal, $2 million, and I was calling my accounting team to sort of say like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing. And they just kicked me in the dick. And that's part of this, man. That's part of the sexiness of owning a business. It's part of the sexiness of being an entrepreneur, right? Being an entrepreneur is like, it's like the hot thing, or it was a couple years ago. I don't know if it is anymore. I feel like I don't even really hear that word anymore, but like owning your own business. And it's so sexy because you get to be in control of your own life, make your own hours. You ideally get to make more money. You don't have to answer to your boss. Fuck that dude, fuck my boss. And it's really, really sexy. And I think a lot of people enter in to being an entrepreneur. And then after a while, they're like, wait, this isn't sexy, right? The business, you don't have to answer to anybody, but you have to answer to the business. And the business sometimes gets really, really hard, and everyone else gets to go home. At 5 o'clock, everyone clocks out and they go home, and they have problems to think about. I'm not saying that non-business owners don't have problems, but they can go home and focus on their problems. Now, as a business owner, you need to be prepared to have the same problems as them, right? Like a leaky faucet or car payments or whatever it is, right? Whatever your problems are. But then you also have these other sets of problems that come with owning a business. And those problems follow you home, and they follow you to your bed, and they follow you to conversations, and they follow you to date night with your wife, and they follow you. You have a little new friend. It's called business problems, and it's a little toddler that just follows around and always sort of tugs on your leg, and then sometimes it doesn't seem sexy. But I'm going to bring this back around again, and I'm going to say that it is sexy. I think owning a business is one of the coolest things you can do because of that little kid following you around, tugging on your pants, that all those problems that every day you're faced with. And it normally takes me a second to get my feet under me. And when I get hit with a really big problem, I'm like, I don't deserve this, man. I've worked so hard. I've been doing this 20 years. I have this and I have that. And I turn into a little whiny baby for, that time's getting shorter. But I always sort of come back to them, just like, damn, dude, like, if I solve this problem right now, I have another solution under my belt. I've added to my skill set. I'm that much more powerful. Now, there's gonna be bigger problems that come. They're gonna show up tomorrow, the next day, next month. I mean, next year, my problems are gonna be giant. But I'm gonna be a completely different person by next year. And when I say different person, I'm gonna be armed with more. Whether that's more confidence from all the problems I solved this year, or whether that's just skill set and knowledge from just continuing to solve problems. And I think that is sexy. It makes you a powerful person. If you're someone who goes through life and they see problems and thinks to themselves, I'm the one to solve this, right? Like if you hear your name get called. And I think that's the difference between the entrepreneurial mindset and like the average mindset. A lot of times when there's a problem and something happens, majority of people just look around and they're like, damn, who's gonna do something? And then I think an entrepreneur, when they see a problem arise, there's an invisible person that calls your name that says, oh, you're the one to solve that problem. I know there's 50 people here, but you're the problem solver here. And bro, I don't, that's like the coolest part of life for me. So I lost today. It's not over yet. It's still early. I still have to do my live call for CCV, which, is gonna be so good tonight. And then I have a little more design work to do. But man, today really, really tested me. And being that I've been tested so much, I don't lose entire days. I lose half an hours. It takes me half an hour to get my wits about me and bring my mood back up. And then normally what happens is I rally and I can ride that emotion and turn it into something. So I'm actually feeling pretty good. Let's go over something else. So I go camping, not as often as I want, but one of the things my brother and I have always dreamed about doing, because we grew up using it. We grew up using enamelware. we've always dreamed of what if Flag Nor Fail made enamelware, and we've just never made it. And then I designed some stuff late last year, and the final samples just showed up. So we have, they actually got this print on the wrong side. So I'm really excited about this because we are doing enamelware with nice clean branding here. We did our duck camo, which you'll see our duck camo. All the camo patterns we're making, I'm working in little monograms or no handout signs. And then I was able to put this hand script there, which no handouts. It's the one thing that I just can't stop writing on things. Nothing is given to you. We're also doing these little mugs. So I got the little race flag on there, but we're doing these little mugs. Again, the no handouts, the little monograms worked in there, and then we're gonna be doing these like sexy little bowls. So I'm very, very excited about this. Again, you guys see it early, but this little enamelware set will be coming out, I don't know, if I'm approving samples now, I would say by the time we get final and do shoots and everything, maybe a month and a half out, something like that. Maybe 2 months, let's say 2 months to be better safe than sorry. But today was really, really cool. We got all sorts of stuff coming in. I've got new color swatches. Again, I'm gonna base a lot of the color palette that we have coming up on the duck camo. So we've got a bunch of fleece for the winter dyed that color. We've got new samples of girls' moto tanks. We've got the new cut of the hoodie. We're not doing white, but it was just the color that they had. But it's been a really, really exciting day once I turned it around. And now I need to get back in that office and do this call. Today we're digging into marketing and breaking down marketing in, I think, 6 different containers. And I think a lot of people look at marketing as one container. And I'm not saying a container is an email or social. I'm breaking it down from the fundamentals of marketing. And I think it's going to give a lot of context to people about how they can help their companies. I was supposed to drop my race car off today at the race car shop, and I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go do this live call, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. I encourage you guys that if you have adversity hitting you, get excited about it. Get excited about it. If you run towards that adversity and you punch it in the mouth and you fight it and you figure out how to get on the other side of it, you'll get one step closer to being more powerful, to being the best version of yourself. And man, this year so far, I feel absolutely blessed that I've been kicked in the teeth so much, because man, it is really showing me what I'm made of, and that's what I want out of life. Because if I ever hit a big break, I am tempered. Ladies and gentlemen, keep fighting the good fight. Keep chasing your dreams. Keep working towards your goals. Not trying to be corny and inspirational today, but man, I feel it in my heart. Love you guys. See you.